It's day 26 of Dave Stacy's 30-day adventure, and he's ready to show the world, or at least the listeners of a local radio show, just how much he's learned so far.
We're going to be chatting with a young man from West Virginia who is a Christian living in an Arab household in a Muslim community. Dave Stacy will visit with us. He's going to take your calls and talk with you about his 30 days as a Muslim. David, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Let's get some phone calls for you, okay? Out to Dearborn first. David, you're on WJR. Say hi to Dave Stacy.
I'm a little concerned about this project you're doing. I'm just curious if you've seen any terrorist activity.
The question about terrorist activity, that's a concern I think everybody has since 9/11.
Yeah, a real concern. And myself also. When I meet some people, I wonder, we've got 250,000 Muslims up here. Is there any potential for a sleeper cell type of activity?
All right, let's get some more calls here. Mike, you're on WJR. You got Dave Stacy with you.
Hi. Yes, I'd like to ask your guest if you gained any insight as to why Muslim clerics don't denounce terrorism as a act of immoral cowardice.
Interesting question, and that's one of the things that I've been trying to pry out of people. Again, when I got here, I thought that the Islam was really based on violence and kind of spread by the sword and all that. When you truly look at the true teachings of Islam, it's not, and it's kind of misunderstood. I found I was having to defend myself to Americans, and it was sort of a weird position to kind of be in, almost like I'm taking up for the other side.
All right, more calls out to Royal Oak. Ross, you're on WJR.
Hey, I heard you on the radio today. I heard your show. So, I think you definitely came off genuine, and you gave your opinions and stuff. But I was concerned by some of the stuff I heard, because one thing I want to make clear is that on 9/11, I do not think we should have to apologize for that, as Muslims. Just as Christians, shouldn't have to apologize for Eric Rudolph.
I, for one, would apologize for people like that.
Right. Well, there's a difference between condemnation and apology. Do we condemn what happened on 9/11 and the people that are behind that? Yeah, everybody condemns that. But as far as apologizing for it, it's saying, yeah, I was responsible for that in some way. And we're American, so why should we be responsible for something that happened to us? They're going to assume that I think I'm part of the problem. Over 30 days, you can get a little bit of flavor. But in reality, at the end of the day, after 30 days, you can go home to your wife and your kid, shave off your beard, and go back to being a white American, Anglo-American Christian.
Sure.
Right? I don't have that luxury. I know that inside they hate me for who I am, in a sense. When people are looking at me, they're suspicious of me for who I really am.